Welcome guys, it's Edwin and today we're going to be talking traditionals. In this case, a Pioneer Trapper right here. And this is a big knife, guys, okay? Actually, I have this a couple of months ago or so, and I decided, given the whole situation with COVID in my state, I've been lucky enough that I can work from home. And this knife here is basically my main dinner, lunch, when I need to cut something style of knife. I always keep it in the kitchen, and when dinner is served or lunch is served, this will be the knife with me. So very cool, not something I can normally do, right? But something I've been enjoying lately, a little bit of an experiment, and I've been liking it. I liking this knife. It's very utilitarian. It has a little bit of a, that pull is going to be like a 7 or an 8, so it's pretty hard. And it has this beautiful utilitarian, basically steak knife style of profile, right? It's a drop point. It's big, guys. Let me show you that knife with the Spyderco Tenacious right here real quick. So you can see it's a big knife, guys. So this is not a traditional that I will normally carry. Definitely, usually the biggest I go with traditionals will be my bullnose right here that I love. And I always talk about it, right? The GEC 71. This will be like the biggest profile that I go in my pockets regarding a traditional knife or a secondary blade for me. Okay, so this guy is actually a big boy that I actually enjoy for those tasks that I just mentioned, right? Let me show you real quick before we continue the model name. This is the GEC number 23. The main blade is stamped as a 5, and what that means is that it's a drop point, okay? The 1 means it's just one blade, and 20 that it was manufactured in 2020, this year, okay? Made in the USA, right, like we know, okay? And this is an UNX LD version of the Pioneer Trapper, okay? Now, let me tell you, usually with traditionals, in my case, I'm, a single blade style of guy, so you will notice a lot of my traditionals are single blade. I'm getting out of my comfort zone and getting, that beer and sausage is very cool. The GEC 85 as well. I'll make videos on those. But yeah, let's talk about this guy. Big knife, first thing to say. Definitely a big knife. I love these bone covers. One thing I mentioned in the past is that with traditionals, I like exploring different materials, okay? I don't mind going with bone or micarta or, whatever style of handles. Is definitely something I enjoy exploring, okay? So you will see this one definitely has some patina growing on it. And be aware, guys, that if you don't want patina to be, happening on your blade, after you use it, just wipe it with a napkin, okay? That's all. Okay, in my case, usually I don't worry about it. I like having a little bit of patina in it. And it's one of those things that if I want it to be shiny again, I know how to do it. I can probably do a video on that just with flits. Very, very easy to remove the patina and have it brand new again. But yeah, for a couple of months or a month, this one is being my dedicated steak knife, cutting breads, butter, fruits, whatever. This will be the knife that I use dedicated here in my house. One of the things I like, but it's also one of those things that make this one a little bit weird in terms of traditional, is that liner lock right there, okay? And my problem with it, I really like it. It's a very secure liner lock, guys, okay? If I show you here, it's not only facing the, the bottom of that blade, but it's also blocking that whole blade from moving, okay? So it's definitely a very, very effective lock. This is not going anywhere, okay? Let me show you here those covers. They look beautiful. Antique bone in this case, okay? Like you can see. Beautiful, guys. I love it. Haven't had any issues with them. It looks slippery, but now, for food, again, for food prep and all that, no, not food prep, sorry, for cutting food and all that, it's fine. No problem at all. Now, in terms of that liner lock, first you have this bump right here. Not a huge problem for normal tasks, but you will definitely feel it. That is there if you get really hard on it. Usually what I do is that you can put those two fingers around them and then you're fine, right? It's totally fine in that grip. You won't feel that liner lock bump right there, but it's something to be conscious, to be aware of that. For what I'm using this knife, is a non-issue, right? I'm not doing any major tasks with it other than eating my food with it and cutting stuff, okay? Now, one thing I will say is that I'm usually a little bit nervous to give this style of mechanic to someone that is not a knife guy or girl, because this one you need to unlock here, okay, and then thrust that half stop. Now it's totally disengaged and you can, close that knife, okay? And again, it's very reliable, it works great, but it's one of those things that I'm a little bit nervous to give to someone that is not a knife guy and understand this type of mechanic, because it's definitely a different thing, right? You have a liner lock right there that you need to disengage. You are exposed right there. Nothing will happen because you have that half stop, right, that you trust, and it works fine. But it's definitely one of those things that, I don't know. It's just educational, I know, something that you need to get used to it, but it's one of the things that make me a little bit nervous in terms of giving this knife to someone to operate and use, okay? But other than that, very cool, super secured, guys. That liner lock is going to engage that blade and nothing is going to happen there. It's definitely very secure right there. And it's a big blade. The Pioneer Trapper, guys, just a quick look. I've been using this knife for 2 months or so, really enjoying it. And, I probably do another video in the future about how to remove the patina. If you don't want it, it's very easy to remove and, and polish this. Again, no problem. Again, guys, if you have any other question, feel free to jump in caloblades.com, YouTube, or Instagram, that we're always there talking knives and having a great time out there. You guys have a great day. Bye.